Hello everyone. So lately I've been seeing a lot of people post online about their experiences with Moldavite or just them acquiring a new piece of Moldavite. So I decided to make a little video about Moldavite. So this is the specimen, one of them that I have. This one's on a sterling silver necklace. And Moldavite is a very special form of an actual meteorite. It's only found in Czechoslovakia. It's the only place where real Moldavite comes from. So make sure if you do get Moldavite that it is actually accredited and validated to come from that area. Usually it comes with a piece of paper that is going to go ahead and be an official document stating that it does come from Czech. Of course, do your research. Make sure that you're getting the real pieces. But you can see here it's quite translucent. At least this specimen is. It's quite expensive. You pay by the gram usually for Moldavite. So it's one of the more costly minerals that you find on the market. But yeah, so I just wanted to make a little video about it. As you can see, it's got a lovely green color, very transparent in the sun. And some things to know about it is it's actually a form of tektite, which is a meteorite. And just to show you in comparison, I have a lodestone, which is also a form of tektite. So these are both meteorites, or a type of meteorite. And you can see the difference. But yeah, very spacey. So as far as the properties of them, I mean, they're going to help you connect on a deeper level cosmically. Moldavite is said to work with the Nth-dimensional planes. What that means is you're basically able to connect with all forms of reality and dimensional layers. It could help you connect very much so with our extraterrestrial cosmic family and friends, work with the celestial realm, with angelic realms, and help you connect with your divine self on a deeper level. Now I have another piece here. I'll show you a little bit of difference, about the same size, but definitely a different material looking piece. But this is also a Moldavite. As you can see, they have a difference in transparency. But I want to show you what I've been doing with my Moldavite. So one thing I recommend for people who are just starting off with it, it's a very powerful stone. It works on the subtle level, but they are very, very powerful. And if you wear it for long periods of time, you might find yourself getting drained, fatigued, headaches, or just completely feeling like you're out of body. So I would recommend, if you do work with your Moldavite, to be working with it kind of seldomly at first until you get used to its energies for maybe a couple weeks. Use your intuition to kind of base it off how long it takes you to get used to its energies. But one of the other recommendations I have with it is to actually work with it with other crystals. So some crystals that are really helpful with it. Number one, grounding stones. So I usually recommend people to work with like tiger's eye. Tiger's eye is really good for connecting you to the earthly plane, helps you stay grounded, but tiger's eye is not a very heavy grounding stone. It's very light, and it works really well with maintaining the grounding that's necessary with the Moldavite. At least I have found it to be the case. So yeah, earth stones, grounding stones, so just tiger's eye, very helpful. Other stones that are quite useful with it on the grounding level is garnet. And the reason why I say garnet is because garnet's one of those stones that it's grounding, but it also helps channel in those crown energies into the earthly plane. And Moldavite is said to work very heavily on the crown and heart chakra with its green energy. So yeah, garnet, tiger's eye, very helpful for grounding with the Moldavites. And now other stones that I found to be very beneficial working with it are things like amethyst. Amethyst is just an overall great stone to work with, very calming, helps work with the mind, body, spirit. And so those energies are going to go ahead and work very lovely with what the Moldavite has to offer. This is a very light piece of amethyst, but I usually like to work with the polished stones when I'm working with these, like in a mojo, for example. And just to give you an idea what a mojo is here's a little baggie I have some frankincense powder in there, or some resin. It's just frankincense in there, but it's just a little bag that you would keep crystals in with the set intention. So I usually keep certain crystals with my Moldavite, at least this one, working with it as a mojo. What I would recommend is just, start with one crystal and then work with it for a little while, and then you can start to slowly add others. Some other ones that are really beneficial, at least from my experiences, have been citrine. Citrine's really good for just overall getting rid of any negative, or I should say lower vibrational energies that may be attuned while working with the Moldavites. So citrine's a very beneficial crystal to work with. It. Pretty much anything in the quartz family has been really nice. Smoky quartz would probably be another good one. One of my other favorites has been lapis lazuli. Just a nice little piece, and as you can see, they're all roughly the same size. I think it's kind of beneficial to use similar size stones in your mojos or while working with Moldavite. Lapis is really good for helping against anything psychic attacks, or just keeping you calm while you're working with the Moldavite. And it's also been known as a very helpful stone for manifestation. Lapis has always been a personal favorite of mine, so maybe I'm a little biased, but lapis has been a really helpful stone with the Moldavites. Kind of just give you a comparison of these two working together. And then the other recommendations I usually give people when working with Moldavites is working with things like celestite. So this is actually a not raw piece. This is an actual small little nodule of celestite. And celestite is a very strong angelic stone, so it helps you connect with the angelic spheres. I find Moldavite working with the angelic stones to be very helpful. So angelite, celestite, serapinite, very helpful when working with the Moldavites. So yeah, that's my video with it. Something just to keep in mind is, like I've been saying, it's very strong, but it works on a subtle way. You may not notice it right away, but after carrying it for about 30 minutes to an hour, then you might start to notice it, especially if it's like a stronger piece directly on your heart chakra, if it's out, or if you're carrying a little mojo around. Use your intuition on what stones to work with it. Like I said, I do recommend working with grounding stones because it is very strong crown energy anchoring down into the heart space, and it's also just really exhausting after a while working with it. So yeah, use your intuition. Make sure you guys are making sure that it is a genuine piece of Moldavite, that it has its accreditation, and it's actually from Czechoslovakia. It's the only place where Moldavite comes from. Well, yeah, thank you, and may your crystal journeys travel well. Just want to show you the Moldavite in the sunlight. As you can see, it's extremely transparent when in front of sunlight or any light source. Another way you could tell if it's a real Moldavite. Beautiful coloration.